Welcome into another episode of the Splatoon 3 North American League show. I'm your host, Jordan Kent. Great to see everybody once again. Even better to see my dear friend Nine. And Nine, listen, we're getting to the second half of the season, and this is starting to get even more exciting. The action's intensifying, the skill is increasing. We just had another wonderful weekend of play.
The pressure's on everybody. There are only a few more opportunities for these teams to earn points. And let me tell you, Jordan, it is getting awfully crowded at that leaderboard.
It certainly is. Let's not waste a single second, my good friend, and get right to the highlights. FT win versus Sunset, winners quarterfinals, and let's pick it up with Kyo and a beautiful triple.
When this guy's on, nobody does it like him. Takes two out and then even turns around, identifies Ori, works over the side, and poor Ori there.
Here is Sunset down 1-0, trying to not fall behind the horizon as they have a nice little push, which is hard to do on this particular stage.
And it's hard to do against FT Win as well. Look at the patience here, Jordan. Even though the Rainmaker goes down, they understand they have three players around. Let's wait for them to dive on top. Let's take the lead. Let's push it all the way down. This is a great showing for Sunset.
Now it's 2-1, and how about this shot coming up from Kyo?
All right, over the top here, Parabola, and poor Fishy goes down. Keep that in mind for later in this clip. They're going to move forward once again. Rafe and Kyo doing a great job opening it up for Sam. Who else takes Ori out once again, and then look at the read on this movement. Boom! Down goes Fishy again.
And down Sunset would go. FT win with the 3-1 victory. Let's set the stage for winners semifinals. Moonlight versus Fo, and we begin with Omega in the bubble with a double.
Yeah, that Minted Cavitator is so strong when you have to approach it. Everyone knows that it's on the tower. A great opening push for Moonlight.
Then Dat Menace truly being a menace here on the Zipcaster.
This is the respawn area. What are you doing here, my friend?
Dat Menace would try to gain the lead, but then Basil, a little extra seasoning, sets up the Booyah Bomb.
Taking one player out means that Nolan can aim that Booyah Bomb exactly where they want. They close it out for a great win.
Brings up game 4, Basil early on with the power clam, but 3Z gonna pop out of nowhere and just take over.
This is the worst feeling, Jordan. You know you have the lead, but you see multiple power clams approaching you at an alarming rate of speed, and down goes the lead.
Fo, we get the 3-1 victory. We head on over to winners finals. FT win versus Fo. Harshi pushing on the backside, trying to flank and give Fo the lead. They do, and then that would set up an opportunity. Multiple chances for FT win, but they can't break through the defenses.
Well, look at how many times Fo has to defend here. That's a big bubbler gun that they just crashed through. Then they take out the first power clam. They call out, okay, Shaq is on the left side. Another power clam falls short. Time ticking away. Jordan Kyo jumps in, tosses the power clam, but there's no time left.
Sets up game 5. FT win. They need a wipeout just to gain some of the momentum back here, Nine.
And what a win this would be for Fo if they managed to hold on to it. But with just under 2 minutes left, could they find one more defensive stop? Some lovely special placement here from both Kyo and Sam, opening the door for Shaq with the Rainmaker Curie slowly bumbling forward and finding the lead on the other side. There's a scrum after the fact, but Jordan, they needed that lead, and through all, they never let it go.
You saw Shaq carry it through the fence to gain that initial lead. FT win gets the 3-2 victory. Let's get set for loser semifinals. Moonlight versus Duck Motif, and this is going to be thrilling because Shadow, in a rematch from the previous week where Duck Motif got the win, with Rainmaker in hand, Shadow's looking for some revenge.
Hey, you got to take matters and the Rainmaker into your own hands sometimes, Jordan. Great work once again. Takes another 2 out. That opens up the door for this Inkvac and Omega to start crashing through. They already had the lead, Jordan, but you want every point you can get, and this one will head down to 7.
Moonlight takes game 1. Zach will have more from a thrilling game 3 and shiny tips, but how about Nolan? Backed into a corner here.
You're backed into a corner with him. Takes 1, takes 2, and the third. Jordan, they would ride this play all the way to an incredible game 5 win.
They get the 3-2 victory. Let's swim on over to losers finals. Moonlight versus Fo, and this is just pure chaos in the beginning. Try and sort this out here, Nine.
Well, okay, first of all, it's Fo on this stage in mode combination, so you know it's going to be rough. Nolan has to pop a Kraken Royale just to try to slow things down. but every time you try to slow it down, that Menace running behind you, the hero here the last time that this came out. Instead, they're just going to run forward and move forward so that Harshy can get all the way down to 1.
And then Harshy and Dat Menace continue to be a dominant 1-2 punch. It's Dat Menace going off, picks up the double, just all over the place, adds one more, and then Dat Menace dropping down for even more chaos.
Great work here. Dat Menace, maybe the player of this event so far in terms of improving stock. Great show there, and here at the end, once again, Dat Menace moving forward, pushing Basil back, means that Harshy's going to come forward and they will knock out in a dominating match.
It's a clean sweep for Fo 3-0. Time to fill the tank for Grand Finals. FT win versus Fo, and we've said it before, Dat Menace having a legendary run continues it here in Grand Finals.
And it was almost enough in this game. Moves forward, takes 2 out, continues to apply the pressure. So difficult to pin this player down as well. Once you think you've pinned it out, go ahead, get another Dat Menace.
And then that would create even more excitement as FT Win would have to come from behind. But fortunately, their efforts would be rewarded. 1, 2 splats in a row. They lose control momentarily, but fight for it and pick up the win here in just a moment. But then, to close things out, Rainmaker, Sam starts to just go berserk and try to take over this game.
Oh, it's so fitting that once again, FT Win has to try to find a win. Of course, it's Sam once again. Takes another player out here as well. And Jordan, there is some poetic justice. If you want to beat Fo, you have to beat them on this stage in mode, and it's so difficult to do. Shaq once again carrying the Rainmaker, being patient, allowing the rest of the team to work around. Of course, Sam, happy to have that. Another 2 go down. It's going to be Kyo here at the end, Jordan, who's going to get the glory, running forward, but everybody else is taking out these players. It'll be a wipeout at the very end and a dunk you very much.
An emphatic finish to a thrilling day. FT Win with the 3-1 victory in Grand Finals. Some terrific action as always, 9. So let's go ahead and get to our standings after week 5 and see who was able to pick up the most points. FT Win with 100 in the victory, of course, but another strong showing for Fo and Duck Motif.
Great work by those 2 teams. Anytime a couple of the other big dogs aren't there, you've got to capitalize. Fo with another 95 certainly is going to put them in a great spot.
And let's take a look at the overall standings. And Duck Motif in the lead at 360, Fo in second at 345, but FT Win lurking at number 5.
Milky Way and FT Win with 295 after only 3 results. Duck Motif is in the lead, Jordan, but it's worth noting that is already 5 scores for them, so any more points they get, they'll have to outdo themselves if they want to raise that.
It's a really good point, and don't forget, coming up a little bit later, our good friends EE, Zach, and Rissa will be taking a look at some outfits amongst themselves and also some other people as far as their in-game characters. You don't want to miss that. Should be a lot of fun. But 9, you bring up a good point. Now that a couple of teams have posted 5 scores, you really have to work on quality of finish, not just quantity of finishes here.
Well, and especially if you're one of those teams that's at the 6 to 11 range or something where you're still in striking distance, you have to wonder if some of these top teams are content with only 5 scores. Maybe the door opens for us. Maybe we can sneak into a top 8, add a few more in. That's what makes this format so appealing, and I can't wait to see what these next weeks hold.
Well, let's go ahead and check out the schedule and see what's on the horizon here. Just a few more weeks of the Splatoon 3 North American League show. That's Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific. And then the Splatoon 3 North American League, Saturdays at 12 p.m. Pacific, with the top 8 live streams beginning at 4 p.m. Pacific. 3 more weeks of action there. Then the Splatoon 3 North American League Sunday Scrim. You can go ahead and have some fun, whether you're solo or with a group of friends doing a little salmon run. That's Sundays at 12 p.m. Pacific. And then the Splatoon 3 North American League playoffs coming your way December 13th and 14th with the live stream at 12 p.m. Pacific on both of those days. Well, we also right now have a little bit more fun coming your way. We've got a guessing game involving some more of our community members. Time now for a friendly little competition with some of our community members. We've got Magic, Nox, and Cater, and they're going to do their best to try and guess who was responsible for the splat in the upcoming clip, something I'm certainly not jealous of because I know this will be rather difficult. Now, the rules are simple. They're going to see a clip. They'll try and guess who was responsible for splatting in that clip, and if they guess wrong, they have to wait for everybody else to guess until they can guess again. Whoever has the most correct guesses at the end of the competition will have bragging rights throughout eternity. All right, let's get to our very first clip here.
This is Goss, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Correct! With Goss out the gate. We thought we were going to make this hard for you, but Nox, first guess. Why not? Crank it out of the park. Now, let's see if you guys can guess this one as quickly.
Oh, JJ.
Is it JJ? Correct! Oh my gosh!
To be fair, I commentated that
Okay,
one.
well, that
Okay,
helps.
I was
Right, okay.
And also, it was a very wild clip.
A steel trap memory. All right, Nox in the lead, 2-0. Apparently, this is going to be over with in a minute. Let's go ahead and get to our third clip. We might have to be quicker on the buzzers here. Here we go. A lot of action going on right here. Little clam blitz action. Power clam drops. Zipcaster coming out.
I think I have a guess.
Anything giving it away? Any guesses?
Is that kid?
Say it one
I
more
think it's
time.
Mox.
That menace.
That is correct. Another quick guess. Dat Menace, Dat Kid, whatever. That's the right answer. So good job with that. All right, let's go ahead and get set for our next clip here. See the Stamper coming out. Stamper gets hurled. A triple splat right there, by the way, with the Stamper. Any guesses?
Henlo?
No, not Henlo.
Rizy?
No.
I was gonna say Omega.
Omega is correct.
Oh.
Yes, you were the Alpha and the Omega for that guess right there. So now gets a little bit tighter here. It's 2 to 1 to 1. Let's go to our next clip. Clam Blitz action.
Tri-strike.
Oh, yes. Sounds like we have some confirmation from our guessers here.
Right, no, I remember this clip. Oh, goodness.
You're all doing an amazing job, by the way. Think, processing. Do you want to see the clip again?
Sure.
Let's re-rack the clip one more time. We are right there on the verge of this one. Clam Blitz once again. Keep an eye on score, maybe. The time left. Hopping into the Inkjet as well, too. Double splat. Another splat right there, just going off. Another splat once more. Maybe it was on a highlight reel.
Kaisa?
Anybody want to think about it?
It's gonna disappoint me so much.
You guys ready to be
I
disappointed?
can't do it.
Blob.
Oh.
Oh, Blob. Right.
I knew that.
Right.
Close. Very, very valiant effort, though. We figured one of these would get a little tricky. Okay. Are we ready for our final clip here?
Sure.
Final clip. All right. Let's see here. Seeing some good work going in right now. Picking up a splat, hopping off the wall. Towers coming closer. Splat up above. Multiple splats this time. Dashing left and right across the stage. Who is it?
It's not Hexen.
No, it's not Hexen.
No.
Is that a guess, not Hexen?
It can be a guess. It's more of a statement.
have a
but
word
you get
called
it.
If you
not
get a
Hexen.
point for saying not Hexen, I will not be happy.
Not Hexen.
Because I could just go, oh, it's not
Yeah,
Basil. And
funnel
then,
that down into one name, possibly.
Possibly.
Oh.
Can I guess?
Yes, you can guess.
No. Okay, well, no, that wasn't my full question.
No, I think that counts. Count it.
Okay.
No.
Any
Okay, fine.
thoughts?
I'll put it. Is it Synapse?
No, not Synapse. I'm going to go ahead and just give you a hint here. The name is synonymous with weather.
Oh, is it Thunder?
It's Thunder. There
That
you
makes
go.
sense. Of course it's Thunder.
Of course,
Of course,
yeah,
Thunder.
yeah.
Of course.
There
I
it
knew
is.
that, right? No, I had
it
the
had-
answers in front of me. Very impressive, I've got to say. Listen, we took away everything. We didn't let you see their teammates, the opponents, the specials, the weapon comps, and you still nailed the majority of these. But Nox is our winner, so congratulations on 3 correct guesses. Clap it up for Nox here. Thank you all for playing. Great job.
What's up, guys? Shiny Hunter Zach here, the most fashionable squid in the land, or at least I like to pretend to. But thankfully, I have a couple of squids here who are much more fashionable than myself. Welcome to EE and Rissa. And EE, let's start with you.
All right, guys. Well, as you can see, this is my fit. I'm decked out in what I believe is very cool, chill fashion, okay? So first of all, Splattershot, that's just my go-to weapon. I love that thing. That's how I've been learning the game. I will never change that. However, one thing I did change was my headgear, okay? My hot house hat. Now, personally, I like this because I think, one, it just looks good, and two, it's got a little bit of that ink resistance, which I need to help me perform at optimal level. Next up, let's talk about that linen shirt. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You're showing off right there. No, actually, I'm showing what I'm about, okay? I love a good linen. I think it looks clean, and it goes well with my flip-flops. I know what you're thinking. You got the button-down shirt. How's that gonna go with flip-flops? Guys, I'm in California. You see this everywhere you walk, okay? And I think I'm walking with some good fashion on top of that.
Well, here's my outfit. You know myself as a Tri-Slosher main, so you can ignore the weapon for now, but headgear and clothing, you gotta know. I'm a hockey guy, can't hide it. I love, seeing the jersey on. I love the colors too. You got kind of the navy, almost black there with the nice gold accent and logo. It looks really clean. You've got the beautiful visor. You can still see the action. You don't have a cage blocking your way. You got the protection there with the helmet, and then not really any skates, so I decided to go with the gold accents. Feels like it matches with the logo and everything, and also ignore the mismatched numbers on the side and the back of the jersey. But beautiful combination and safe combination for the practical squid.
So here is my outfit. I like to say it's like a little bit more casual. The shoes just kind of make it a little bit more, not fancy, but just dress it up a little bit more. So I have the baggy sweatshirt. I have the little bit of pink logoing on that as well. Pink is my favorite color, so that was part of why I picked that sweatshirt in particular. And then the shoes, the platform chunky shoes that are like holographic. It just kind of dresses up that baggy sweatshirt a little bit more. And then finally, just to top it off there, the headphones, that just, I don't know, it's not too much, but it's just like the perfect amount of accessory, I think, to add to that. Plus, I really love music.
Well, that was our outfits, but we can't forget some of my co-hosts on the desk. Let's go ahead and take a look at Big Money Milana's outfit first. And taking a look here, I like what I see. We got the Octo glasses on. We got a pop of color on the windbreaker there with the orange, green, and purple, those secondary colors. And that's continued on with the leggings and the shoes. You got the thigh-high or the longer socks there, as well as the kind of sneaker vibe. I'm kind of digging it. It seems also very functional and fashionable at the same time. You got the sunglasses to block out the haters, block out the shade, and it's overall just a very casual, comfortable fit. We can't forget our good buddy 9-Hole Grains. Let's check out his fashionable inkling. And wow, look at this. Can barely even see the clothes behind the massive S-Blast, but it is a very sporty tank top, keeping on brand here with some deep hues of blue, as well as the wristband there on the wrist as well. You've got the headband to go along with it. Nice, thin, practical headpiece. And then more of those sneakers, the kind of classic red vibe to go with it. So all about the sport. If you know anything about 9-Hole Grains, that is absolutely his vibe. So definitely on brand for him. Well, now we've had a chance to see all the outfits, and everyone's a winner, but in reality, today there can only be one winner. So let's go ahead and rank them 5 up to 1, the least fashionable squid to the most. And Arissa, we have to start with you. What is your ranking?
Okay, I hate to do this. I'm gonna go from 5 up to 1. So in 5th place for me is gonna be 9. I'm so sorry, 9.
Whoa.
I'm so sorry.
My sensei.
I know. As someone who likes, a lot of additions to the outfit, it was simple. It was 9, but it was simple. And then next is gonna have to be, I'm also so sorry, Zach. But I love it. I loved it. It was you.
It's the people who stay true to who we are that are at the
right.
bottom.
I know. 3rd place for me is gonna have to be EE.
I'll take it.
Okay. I mean, that's great placing right there. Top 3. 2nd place. Okay, so 2nd place is gonna be Milana. Her outfit was great. It was very her, and then, not to be narcissistic or anything, but I'm putting myself in first place.
Let's hear it from 5 to 1. What is your ranking?
Well, I absolutely do not feel the same way. I'm going to completely 180 and put myself in 5th, okay? And this is because I feel like, again, I'm still new here. I still have like some more fits to explore. But for what I started with, I'm not mad about it. That's just where I'm going to rank myself right now because I really enjoyed everything you guys brought to the table. Now, after that, I'm going to go ahead and put 9, okay? Again, it's a very nice fit, but it's very simple. You know what I mean? It's just 9 in a nutshell, and there's nothing wrong with that. We love 9 around here. So how about number 3? Who could it be? Well, fellas, we're going to keep the trend going. We're not making top 2. Zach, that third spot is going to belong to you, my friend. Hey, I told you I love the fact that you're blending fashion and sports, and I still do. Just not more than number 2, who is going to belong to Milana, okay? Had to think about it for a minute, and then I realized something. Yes, the price tag is there, but does that mean I prefer it over my number 1 pick, being Rissa? I do not. It's the oversized sweatshirt, it's the platformers, it's the headphones, it's just perfect.
Spoiler alert, things are going to be a little bit similar in mine. Being a little bit self-denigrating, I did put myself in 5th, kind of basic looking, just like, okay, he's the hockey guy, so what? Doesn't really count for fashion. So happily put myself at the bottom of the bunch here. And then I hate to do it to the guy because I love him, but 9, I'm sorry, he's in 4th place once again. Like the others have said, it's similarly sporty and it is on brand, but this is a fashion competition, not a powerlifting or a rock climbing match. Number 3, same vibe here. We're going to keep the fellas down on the lower end of the spectrum. We're going to put you 3rd. Very valiant and great job. The effort from a new squid on the block is fantastic.
Totally.
And then it comes down to Milana or Rissa for that
Who's
top spot. And big money, like we said, can't buy her a victory this time. It's Milana in the 2 and Rissa in the 1. Rissa, it's just so on brand for you. It's too perfect. You know your way around some fashion, girl.
Thank you so much. I needed an award or something. I feel great right now.
Well, we'll see what we can afford, but for now, that's going to do it for this fashionable episode here. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. What's up, guys? Shiny Hunter Zach here, back with another edition of Shiny Tips following regular season week 5. Another week of fantastic matches, and this one's coming at you from losers semifinals between Moonlight and Duck Motif. We're here on Umami Ruins for some clam blitz, and let's see this one in slow motion to start here. Duck Motif with a lot of clams, 29 in total before they throw these 3 power clams in. That kick starts them right into the lead. Before that, they did not have any pushes on the board, and they smartly take control of this perch here. They do lose Red Shell, and Vexen, knowing when to engage, so important here. Could chase after Omega, but instead has the path to the basket, is going to deposit those 2 clams, get the pick onto Nolan, and then deposit the next one, also allowing Zap, who's playing quite aggressively for a support, but has to make use of that short range to engage Red Shell with another couple there, and that's going to give them the big lead. Now, Moonlight needing overtime to try and take this lead back, and it's going to be a lengthy one, so stay with me here. 3 specials are going to be used to engage: the Tacticooler, the Big Bubbler, and the Ultra Stamp. That also allows Basil to jump in and get that first power clam in. Now that's going to help to proc a wipeout, and they're going to retreat back a little bit to that perch to make sure they hold that area as well as the space under the basket. You can see the splash wall used to cut off this left-hand side approach, and that's going to make Duck Motif filter into the right, so controlling where your enemy can come through. But here is what ends up happening. Knowing your win condition is so important, and Moonlight's here is controlling both of those spaces. They are controlling the perch. They even have that perfectly placed Toxic Mist there, but they aren't able to control the basket because they're trying to let their teammates jump in. So Vex and Red Shell Zap, these folks that have short-range weapons, are trying to come in against that defense. So Moonlight is going to lose that battle there and go down. However, it's not quite over for them yet. They are going to lose a couple members as Nolan gets an important splat there. So Moonlight's still in this one, but the jump-ins still have to come through. Omega could clutch it here with the Ultra Stamp, but unlike so many players who actually throw the Ultra Stamp for almost a guaranteed splat, they try to use the entire special. It does not work out in their favor, and they get splatted as a result. Duck Motif rallies, gets the win there, and the second game of the match. That's going to do it for this edition of Shiny Tips, but stay tuned. We'll have more action for you after regular season, week 6.
Well, that's going to do it for another episode of the Splatoon 3 North American League show, but let's check out the schedule just one more time so you're aware of what's coming up. The Splatoon 3 North American League, Saturdays at 12 p.m. Pacific, top 8 live stream starting at 4 p.m. Pacific. You can still register today at battlefy.com/NintendoVersus, but the fun doesn't stop there on the weekends, 9.
The sparks and the salmon are always flying in the Splatoon 3 North American League Sunday Scrim. Whether you're by yourself or with a team of up to 4, come on in and join us for some salmon run fun. There's plenty of eggs to be had and plenty of fun to be had as well.
And the fun never stops. On the Splatoon 3 North American League show, Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific, we'll bring you highlights, special segments with the community, and a lot of laughs as well, too. So keep tuning in for that, as we always appreciate it. Here we go. We're down the final stretch. A lot of excitement as our top 8 starts to take form in the league, and we're going to have more and more features with community members. We appreciate you, as always, for stopping by. For myself and 9, we'll see you next time.